Okay, so on this lesson, we're going to VOD review some clutch scenarios that I played in, and I'm going to go through my thought process on them, and you're going to notice that it's very different from the other examples that I gave you of like full rounds being played and what I think mid round and how it changes, because these scenarios are completely different. And truth be told, it's not really the decisions you have to make are not really that hard, and it comes down a bit to like being creative sometimes. But I think the hardest thing that makes it difficult to pull off clutches is just a mental thing, in the sense of like a lot of times we'll feel pressure because maybe it's a very important round to win, or at least very important to not lose. You know what I mean? So you really want to win that round, but then you're in a clutch scenario and maybe it's a 1v1, so everyone is counting on you. It's not even like you're necessarily in a disadvantage. And sometimes people overthink this and it just gets to their head and they can't do what they normally would. You know, most of the time, the decisions you have to make in these kinds of scenarios aren't difficult decisions in theory, but they're harder to do it in practice because it just takes experience. Okay, you need a lot of experience, and I think also a good way to think about it is like if you're in a 1v1 or a 2v2, there's not much you can do about it, I think, to change it. But if you're like in a 1v3 or something, you might as well think like, okay, we have nothing to lose. The round should be lost. Like, there's no expectations for me to win this, so I'm just gonna do my best and see what I can do, right? And then if you just think that way, I guess it's a way of taking off pressure off your shoulders, and then you just play the game and try to be creative, and you'll be surprised with how many times you actually might be able to hit the shots and make the plays happen if you just relaxed when you go for them. And again, the decisions you have to make aren't that hard most of the time. You just kind of have to read the game and see how the people are going. Also, this is, I think, completely different. Like clutch scenarios are completely different in a team setting versus like ranked gameplay, and especially depending on the level that you're playing, it's going to change even more in both of those ranges. For example, in ranked, you will see that a lot of people tend to pick so much more. Like they don't think about man advantage and like numbers advantage. They just do whatever they want because they don't care enough to like try hard that much. So a lot of people, even if they're like top one ranked, they'll just peak a lot of times. So that's something you need to expect when you're playing ranked, and that's not something you would expect as much when playing against a team. It depends really how the game is going, what's the flow, like are they losing a lot of rounds, are they winning, is it very close, what's the kind of player you're playing against, But in ranked, it's just generally people will swing you, they don't care if they die. So you have to kind of predict that and make decisions expecting those kind of things. Okay, it's definitely easier to clutch in a ranked game than a team environment, but of course you can also do it in a team environment, and people will make mistakes. Like clutches happen all the time in pro play, so even if you're not a pro but you're like a tier 2 player, or playing against a tier 2 team like I did a lot, then it's going to happen even more, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's start with the first clip here. This is long ago. We were just executing B, but everyone died, like I drowned, and everyone just died before I could even get out. So now I'm in a 1v5, and we saw this guy here, and I think he jumped out of market, and then he picks me, and I get the kill. So now it's a 1v4. And basically here, like, the round is lost, right? It should be lost. So, and I have 1 minute to play. There's no reason to kill myself here. Let's see if they pick me. It's ranked. Maybe if they pick me, I can get away with it. So that's what I'm thinking right here. And this guy swings me. I get the 1v1, which should never happen, but it's ranked. So he give me 1v1 and I won it. So yeah, that's another thing. You gotta hit your shots, That's basically what comes down to it more often than not when playing ranked and like in clutch situations. So if you warm up well, then you should be good. So yeah, I got this free kill on the Jett. So now it's a 1v3. Still very lost position. Usually I should not be able to win this. So yeah, I'm seeing if anyone else is picking me. Maybe this guy is speaking and they're like cross-fighting. Like maybe there was a guy here and one guy market. Like I started to think, okay, maybe this guy is here, ready to swing on somebody else's contact. So that's why I swing like here, ready for this guy. But no one is here, so I was a bit. I was like, okay, so that wasn't what's happening. Let me see. And then I started thinking, wait, maybe someone is flanking me, right? Because when starts when there's so much time without anything happen, you can assume that the possibility of flank, right? Doesn't mean there is a flank, but you should be aware that that could be a flank. So I go and check it initially, but then I hear the flash, and I think, oh, maybe they pick me now, so I just want to be ready to take these 1v1s. No one's picking me market. This Reyna is just holding me. He thought he could win the fight, and then, but he lost, right? So also, look, pay attention to my mechanics here. I walked in, then walked out, made the miss, and I got the headshot, right? Because he's just standing still and I'm moving, so it's much harder for him to hit me than it is for me to kill him. And then I just instantly was ready for this guy to swing. I mean, the kill was on Reyna was really fast, so it's really not this guy's fault. I just killed him way too fast because of Reyna's position, and was able to readjust. Now I didn't expect a second guy here, but because I instantly moved right after I got the kill, like look at this. I didn't expect this guy, but because I'm moving, he's gonna miss his shot. So I missed his shot. Then I tried to go for the kill anyways, and I couldn't really go for it. I also ran out of bullets. To a shock dart. Now I'm really low HP, so this 1v1 is not easy to win. He mollies me as well, it's a good molly. I pick here, I think I did a little bit of a mistake here, but so I swing here at the beginning because I think maybe he's pushing me after the molly. I don't see him, and then I go for the dart. And I think he maybe had the timing to pick me while I threw the dart. So this was a bit risky. Like right now he could maybe be swinging me, and it would have been really bad for me, but it worked out well. And then he gets scanned, and I'm able to get the kill. He was already low as well. I think I tagged him pretty like a lot with my gun and the shock. So I think maybe we're like even in terms of damage, and I think maybe that's why he was a bit scared of swinging me and ended up winning the clutch. So as you can see, I didn't have to think a lot here. I think I'm just waiting for people to pick me, and I like put my crosshair where I think they'll swing. And this was in Immortal 3, by the way. Like I don't think I was Radiant when I did this clutch, but it was definitely Immortal 3, like high elo, and people are doing this kind of thing all the time. So if you're not Immortal 3 yet, at the very least, then if you do this kind of thing, it will work. It's guaranteed. Okay, so I think the most important thing, I guess, is like to be aware of flank when people stop making noise. And then really just let them come. Like, I mean, you don't want to sit here the 50 seconds, of course. You want to try to make something happen, but you also don't need to go when there's 50 seconds left. You can play a bit with time. Maybe they'll get impatient and pick you, and you win the round in the end. That's really, really good.